Whenever I see Eggs Benedict on the menu, I have to get it. But I want to show you how to make it at home. It's so delicious. Usually the base is with English muffins, but I'm going to show you how to make it with hash browns. And if I had to choose between ham, Eggs Benedict or salmon, I also go with salmon. So I'm going to be serving mine with salmon and a dill hollandaise to make it extra special. So these are just store-bought hash browns. I've just placed them on a tray with some baking paper, and they're going to go into a really hot oven, so 210 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes or until they're crispy. Okay, while they're warming up, 15 minutes is the perfect amount of time to get the sauce done and poach our eggs. In this bowl, I have 3 egg yolks, and I'll add the zest of about half a lemon, and we need some juice too. The zest, not traditional, but I love a good hit of the lemon. So zest too, and we'll cut that in half, and a good squeeze in there. We can always adjust the seasoning at the end too. So we start with the yolks and the lemon juice. Give that a whisk. And we're going to place this on top of a pot that has a little simmering water. Now you can see there's just small little bubbles there. It's not rapidly boiling. In fact, I might even turn it off. You want a gentle heat because we don't want to scramble the eggs. We want it to form a beautiful glossy sauce. So what I'm trying to do is get this to double in size and thicken. We want to gently cook off these egg yolks. So keep whisking it and you'll see it start to change colour. This is going to take just a few minutes. It's also a good workout. We're going to be having a butter sauce, so you need to work for it, right? So keep whisking. Okay, you can see how thick this is. That's what we're after. So we'll take it off the heat and we can start adding the butter. Now this is clarified butter. All I've done is melted about 200 grams of butter, and then you'll see milk solids at the end. You want to remove those milk solids because we want this sauce to be stable. So little by little, just like you were making a mayonnaise, you want to add the butter, whisk it in. Once it's totally incorporated, add a little bit more. And then slowly we're going to continue this process and then pop it back on the pot just to warm through and form a gorgeous thick sauce. Now it may look too thick, but don't worry about that. We're going to thin it out with a splash of water at the end. Okay, this is looking just right, thick and glossy. It's the perfect consistency. So I'm going to take it off the heat for a moment because we don't want it to overheat. And now you can season it and add whatever you like. So a good pinch of salt, it really does need the salt. And I like a bit of spice to this, so some cayenne pepper, just a pinch. We'll also use a little bit of this for the garnish. And some dill. Now, I just love the flavour of dill and salmon. So about a small handful of dill leaves. And we're just going to scrunch that together and finely chop it. So it's going to be a herbed hollandaise sauce. You do want to run your knife through this a few times so it's quite fine. All right. We'll add that. Oh, it smells good. And then we'll just mix that through. Look at that colour. Have a taste just to make sure it's seasoned correctly. It is just right. Butter sauces are my Achilles heel. I just love them so much. Now I'm going to place it back on this pot. The heat's completely off. You just want to mix it occasionally so it doesn't overheat, but this is just to keep it warm. Now to poach our eggs. Now I've got a large pot. I like to do this in a large pot because you need lots of space for the eggs to cook nice and evenly. So fresh eggs for this, and for some extra assurance, I always have another bowl on standby. We'll crack our eggs into the bowl one at a time, and also some vinegar in the water, so a good splash of vinegar, and then we'll lower the egg in. Now you can do the whirlpool effect, so just grab a spoon and just get that water going, and as you put this egg in, you'll see that it starts to turn on itself and that egg white encapsulates the yolk. This is going to poach for about 3 minutes until the egg white's set, and I always like a runny yolk. Okay, we've got all our elements ready to go, so let's start stacking the hash browns up. You can see that they're crispy, and because they're so tiny, and it's for a Sunday morning, we can really indulge. So 4 hash browns, some spinach, and we'll just pile them on top. And some smoked salmon, or I've got some cured salmon that I've made. I just love making my own. But look at those colours, it looks so good. And eggs, they need to be seasoned, so a pinch of salt on each poached egg. So let's pop this one on top of each stack. Let's go with this one too. And finally, I'm going to adorn this with lots of our Dill Hollandaise sauce. So just let it drizzle down. Ooh, yeah. That is my favourite breakfast. Got to have a taste of this, and I want to show you this gooey egg. Just cut it down the centre. Oh, look at that. I love that. And instead of using English muffins or bread, give it a go with hash browns. It works so well. Just another little taste.